Hey everybody, this is Coach Desmond for another edition of Getting Clear with Coach Desmond. Mediocrity, no one likes it. No one likes to be average, middle of the road. You get what that word means. For a lot of organizations, that's a kiss of death. Matter of fact, when it comes to profitability, et cetera, et cetera. So the question here is, how can we rid out mediocrity? Well, before you start looking at and with a fine-tooth comb to every little detail of what's going on here, what you really should be looking at is inconsistency. Now, we all desire to be more consistent, but I don't think you made the connection like I did that inconsistency is connected with mediocrity. It can be connected to other things, but I never considered that before. And it wasn't until I started reading a great book right now, listening to a great book right now on Audible called From How the Mighty Fall, written by the same author who brought you from good to great. And he's the one that basically said, listen, the real characteristic of mediocrity is linked to inconsistency. Listen, I think like you and I would agree, we've all been able to go ahead and turn out amazing performances from time to time and all stuff. And I think you can find anywhere, any place you look along the line of your work to find somebody who was extremely pleased by your work. But when you start looking at the long tail of this, you've been creating a brand that basically has now been giving you, quote unquote, not a very good reputation, which basically now comes back with you are mediocre. Listen, I got to raise my hand to this, full transparency. And also, haven't always been that person going on here because I was so focused on doing a great work for a season or for a time or an individual, but I didn't realize that I was quote unquote creating a brand because my great work that I was doing was sometimes what we call inconsistent. Sometimes great, sometimes good, sometimes not so good, sometimes didn't show up at all. And if we're being honest, a lot of us are in that place. So if you're an organization trying to go ahead and motivate your team, train your team, trying to go ahead and refine these things, and you're trying to say, listen, how can I create better quality, matter of fact, less mediocre quality, you want to start looking at your processes and procedures in regards to how are we establishing consistency. Yes, we can have a great product here, but what's going on here? And if we're seeing this kind of hill and valley approach going on to your operations, to your work with your people, what we're looking at here is that if we deal with the inconsistency, the quality automatically takes care of itself. Hey, does that make sense? I hope it does. It makes sense to me. I hope it does to you. Guys, did you find this helpful? If it was, hey, post a comment below. Love to go ahead and hear what you thought about today's coaching session. Okay, guys, this has been Desmond Blackburn, another edition of Getting Clear with Coach Desmond. Want more information, simply go ahead and go to CoachDesmond.com. But more importantly, just want to go ahead and give you something that will benefit you. I hope it does, or at least provoke conversation. Okay, guys, I got to go, but until next time, be great and stay clear.